What's happening, guys? So today I want to talk about gaining strength while losing weight. Yes, it's possible. Alright, let's talk about it. Let's talk about how to lose weight, gain strength simultaneously. It can be done. I've done it. I've seen plenty of other people do it. It can be done, but the biggest thing is you have to be patient. You have to lose weight at a reasonable pace. You cannot rush the process if you want to keep getting stronger. Even if all you want to do is maintain your strength while you lose weight. Again, take your time, take it slow, all right? So for me personally, I would say the absolute maximum amount of weight that you want to lose on average weekly would be 1% of your body weight. But even then, that can be kind of a lot. I personally think the less weight that you can lose on average, the better off you're going to be in terms of actual strength. But then you just have to realize it's going to take longer to do that. So you have a little bit of a trade-off. Now say you want to lose weight because you're cutting down to perform in a meet and it's coming up and you have a certain time frame and you only have so long to get there. You might not be able to cut slow enough to be able to do that. So then you're gonna have to increase the pace, but again, if you do it too fast, you could really end up hurting yourself big time. So you have to keep that in mind. So what do? Keep cardio as low as possible, all right? It's just like any weight loss advice I would give. Keep your cardio as low as possible and your calories as high as possible while losing weight, and keep it at a slow, sustainable pace. This is gonna be the best way to do this. Now, I did this myself. I went from 210 pounds down to 176. It took me 11 months, all right? So a little over half a pound per week average. You know, so obviously some weeks were faster than others. And I had to pick up the pace a little bit towards the end because I had a meet that I wanted to compete at 83 kilograms for. I actually ended up going a little bit too fast at the end and it did cost me a little bit. But even with that being said, I still gained strength as a whole. I had a meet right before I started to do my cut, all right? And I think I got like 1,210 pounds at that meet, all right? Right before I started my meet. I had a meet again a little over a year later, and I weighed in at 176 at that meet, and I hit right around 1,300 pounds, and that was a terrible meet for me. Like, I did not do well. I did terrible. And you can blame it on the weight loss if you want. I don't think it was personally, because even a week prior to that, I totaled more than that just in the gym, kind of doing conservative 1-rep maxing. I did better than that, and I didn't have a good meet. It just is what it is. But even with that said, all right, no excuses. Even with that said, that's still like a 90-pound increase from the beginning of my cut to the end of the cut, because I took it slow, all right? That's the main thing. We can talk about anything else you want, but the biggest thing is gonna be your pace. All right, so I mean, that's the main thing. You know, there's other things that would go along with whether you were in a deficit or not. You know, properly periodizing your training, progressive overload, all those types of things that should go into any program. You know, a good periodized program is very important. But in terms of being in a deficit, it's all about that pace. So take your time, don't rush it. If you can take it slow, be patient, be as slow as you can, and it'll pay off in the long run. But it can be hard. I can attest to that. It can be really hard to take that slow of a pace because it feels like nothing's happening even though it is. So, I mean, I felt for the longest time like it wasn't working. What I was doing just wasn't working. But when every time I looked at the numbers, I was like, oh no, I'm on the pace that I want to be on. You just got to be patient, all right? So that's it. If you have any questions, as always, just leave them in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
I'm addicted to the love that you're giving.